Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is the next video wherein we are going to discuss certain levels of Nifty, that how exactly the market is going on, what is the overall sentiment which is going on in the market, because we have witnessed a crazy week. Last week was full of surprises. I would say there had been like so many ups and downs. I mean, market started with buying. Yes, definitely for the first 3 days we were only witnessing buying in the market, but at the same time we witnessed some crazy movements on Thursday. Thursday was full of high volatility was there, selling was there on Thursday, but at the same time just the Friday which had gone was just a little bit calm and the consolidation was there. So we're going to be looking at every single aspect of the market, that what it is showing and what we can expect in the next coming days because of this overall week which was going on in the market and the kind of movements which we had witnessed. Because what I've been thinking that from the last 3 weeks, just the buying is going on in the market. As we're going to be just looking on the weekly chart of Nifty, you will see just the green candles were formed. So what I've been thinking is that Thursday was definitely a point of something which we should be keeping a note of, because when market tried to reach to the level of 17,490, right, there was a little bit of rejection which got started, and because of which the selling got started in the market, right? And the selling got started on Thursday, right? And it was not just a small amount of selling which got started, just a crazy movement of 200 points. Because what happened is that the overall structure of the market is saying that it should be going on the buying side. Overall sentiment is bullish, but at the same time, if this kind of a selling will happen in the market, then definitely it's going to lead to high volatility. And that's what happened on Thursday. Just the premiums of I was carrying a position of 17,000 put, and it was of around 1 rupee, and all of a sudden, just because of the selling which got started, it spiked to the price of 30. So that means 3,000 percentage kind of a movement which got happened. I mean, just because of the India VIX which got increased to the point of like 20, it was moving around the price of 20. So definitely you can expect the kind of the volatility will be there in the market. But at the same time, on Friday itself, we had witnessed just a calm movement. And talking about the India VIX, it also got decreased, though it got decreased on Thursday itself, and the premiums got normal, like around an hour or two. So but at the same time, the volatility which got started on Thursday was something which was the point needs to be taken care. So yeah, that's kind of a point is definitely telling us that if the market has to cross the higher levels which it has reached up to, it should be some kind of a high buying has to be there, then only it will be able to cross those kind of levels. Because talking about the point of 17,500 is definitely going to be act as a crucial point. As of now, it shouldn't be crossed just like in an easy way, and I believe in the live market it will be difficult for the market to move up to this particular level. So what I've been thinking is that, as I mentioned, that from the last 3 weeks, just the buying is going on. As you can see from the Nifty's chart, these three big green candles which were formed in the last 3 weeks is definitely, lead to a point that market has to take some kind of a halt. So what I've been thinking is that for this particular week, what I can say is that 17,700 is definitely going to be act as a maximum point for this particular week, because there are certain points around the price of 17,650 and 17,700 which is definitely going to act as a resistance, because that has that particular price is that particular price was kind of a rejection in the previous day. So definitely it should be taken care in this particular week as well. As you can see that let me just zoom out a little bit, and then you should be able to see in a better way. So you can see that a little bit of consolidation and some red candles were formed around this particular price 17,700. So definitely that's going to act as a good resistance as of now. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it from the upper side. And because I tried to go for the safe strangles, and that's what I've been thinking, to carry a position for this particular week. But at the same time, a little bit of tension that has been going on in China and Taiwan. So I've been thinking not to carry the position, not to go for the positional trades, at least for till the time this kind of a news is going on the market. Because who knows what's going to happen, because you remember the point when the war was announced between Ukraine and Russia. So definitely there was an effect which was seen in the Indian market. So maybe that's going to happen once again because of this particular news. Because panic selling is something which can lead to a very high volatility. So maybe if there will be just a news that's gonna happen, because that's gonna come around at the time of night, so maybe that's gonna lead to a major movement in the market, and that's just gonna lead to a high volatility, and that's gonna just shoot up the price of premiums that I might be carrying at that point in time. So that's the reason I just want to go for the safe trades as of now, and I will just go with the live market and not going to take any kind of a positional trade. But at the same time, just want to tell you the point which I have been thinking for this particular week. 17,700 is definitely going to act as a good resistance as of now for this particular week, because of the previous consolidation movements which had happened in the market. And for the bottom side, what I've been thinking is that if there is going to be a panic selling, then only it's going to lead to the point which I have mentioned over here. So let me just okay, so this is basically the weekly chart. So let's try to understand what can be the bottom price in the market based upon the weekly chart. So what I've been thinking is that you can see that the last week's green candle is a little bit small, right? So what I've been thinking is that if we'll just have to go for the safe strangles, we have to short from the bottom side, then we can just go for the price of 16,700. What I've been thinking is that market is definitely not gonna cross at least the low of the previous week. So that can be the point of safe strangle. I mean, the safe put 16,700, 650 is something which we can go for, and we can short that particular level. It's already talking about the fact, I believe that on Monday also it's gonna be around the price of 11 or 12. So that is something we can go for easily, and we can short that particular level till the time of expiry. But talking about the fact that because of the crazy news that has been going on in the market, it's better not to go for the positional trades. But yes, if you will just short that particular level in the live market just in the morning, and you want to carry that particular position till the end of the day, you can definitely capture like 2-3 points. So based upon that, you can go for that kind of a same trade on the daily basis, and you can do that till the time of expiry. So that is something which can be done easily, and you can get some good points even in the live market. But yes, positional is something which will definitely gonna give us good points, but at the same time, just try to save, just to keep your capital safe, right? So that's the reason it's better to go for the small profit and consistent profit. So you're talking about 16,700, 650 is something which you can go for, and that to be like quite safe. And from the upper side, 17,700, 750s, if you want to just go like completely safe, then 17,750, 800 is something which you can go for, because I'm not expecting the market to go for on the upper side once again, at least for this week, because you can see that 500, 490 is definitely going to act as a good resistance level at this point in time, which we have also witnessed in the last week. It has taken the rejection around the price of, okay, so let me just tell you one more thing. Even on Friday as well, it was trying to go beyond the level of 450, but was taking the resistance and just suddenly came down a little bit. So you can see that, okay, so this is something which I just copied. So you can see that this is basically the movement of Friday. You can see the market opened around the price of 423. So there was a little bit of gap up as compared to the previous close. So the closing was somewhere around 397. So you can see that there was a little bit of consolidation. Point of opening is 423, closing is 397. So yeah, there was not any kind of a major movement on Friday, just the consolidation was there. If you would have made a strangle on Friday as well, then definitely that was a day for you. I mean, just for the option sellers. So talking about the high which was made 474. So that means it is trying to move on the upper side. The buyers are still there in the market, but at the same time, it's not able to cross that in the live market. If that has to be crossed, I believe what I've witnessed is that this is a point which I have been keep on observing. If there is any kind of a crucial resistance, or you can say a support in the market, then it is not getting crossed just easily in the live market. Even if there is a support that has to be crossed, a crucial support that has to be crossed with the gap down. And talking about just a vice versa, if there is a crucial resistance, then that is something which get crossed with some kind of a gap up. So that is something which is going on in the market, and that is something which I have been witnessing since the time which when I had started doing option selling. I just came into the world of futures and options. Though I don't trade in futures, but option is something which is giving me good amount of understanding, right? So this is basically okay, so let me just open up the Nifty chart over here. So yeah, there is also a point which I wanted to mention about the SGX Nifty. So yeah, that's the main point which I wanted to mention, that 17,500 is something which is acting as a good resistance as of now. So that will be crossed with some kind of a gap up. That is something my understanding is saying. And talking about the SGX, let me just take a look. So SGX Nifty is moving at the price of 17,340. So that means there will be a gap down in the market, right? So there will be a gap down which is going to happen in the market, and gap down, so that means market is going to come back once again to the point of middle, and there will be a little bit of consolidation. If it's going to try to go up, definitely it's going to take some resistance, and when it's going to go down, the buying is going to shoot up. I mean, definitely the buying is going to come. So just the reason why I'm saying is that when it's going to go down, market is definitely go on the upper side because of the previous week's movement. It's still on the bullish trend, so definitely if it's going to come down, the buying is going to start, and that's going to lead to the market to the same point. So again, there will be a little bit of price action has to be formed around this particular range. Market may come down a little bit to the point of 17,200, 100. That is something possible in this particular week. Just the consolidation will be there. That's what my understanding is saying. Just because of the reason of the last 3 weeks green candles which are formed in the market, right? So talking about the FI and DI's data, so definitely buying is still there in the market. FIs are continuously buying, and you can see that it's been like a streak of a week, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So from the last 8 days, continuously buying is there in the market, that to be from FIs. And selling is there, just a moderate selling is there by the DIs, but at the same time they are buying as well in the market. So that means overall we are still on the bullish trend, right? And talking about the fact, the kind of the movement which we are witnessing in the market, so yeah, last week was something which we were not predicting, like this kind of a movement will be there. But at the same time, if the selling will be there in the bullish trend, then definitely that's going to lead up to some kind of volatility. But at the same time, in the next coming week, I've been thinking of consolidation. So what I've been thinking is that, so this is the price range which I have made over here, and that's what I'm going to be following up for this particular week. 17,700, 16,700 from the bottom side. So yeah, talking about the overall trend of the market, it's still on the bullish side. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my end, and that's what I wanted to mention over here. So let's just take a look on the 15-minute chart, if we can just capture some points or some understanding from there. So as you can see that, okay, so this is basically the Nifty futures chart. Let me just open up the Nifty chart over here. So basically, okay, so that the opening or the close is 397, right? Okay. So let me just take a look over here. So even if we'll just stay, yeah, talking about the gap down 340, that's gonna happen on Monday, right? There will be a little bit of gap down which is gonna happen in the market. So market's may start gonna come down a little bit because of the gap down that's gonna happen in the market, right? 340 is definitely the point of, I would say, it's gonna lead to a point that a little bit of selling may start to come in the market. It's gonna come down a little bit, and then from the point of 250, so because from the point of 17,250 we have witnessed good amount of buying happening in the market, and then it's gonna come back a little bit to the point of 17,400. Maybe selling is gonna happen, or maybe the rejection point will be there. So as you can see that what the point which I was mentioning over here, that 17,490, 500 is something which it had tried, and this time if it's gonna come back in the live market, I believe if it's gonna come back once again 17,500 in the live market, then it should be having some good strength. If the strength will be there, then it's definitely gonna cross that particular level. But according to my understanding, it is acting as a good resistance, so definitely that has to be crossed with some kind of a gap up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what my understanding is saying. If there is going to be a gap down, a little bit of consolidation will be there, and we are not in a position of any kind of a gap up on Monday. Just a flat or maybe just a gap down will be there in the market, and that's going to lead to the point of consolidation. So I've already told you the range for this particular week, and just let me know your thoughts in the comment box if you are thinking that anything else can happen in the market, and if you also believe in my levels. So because I just want to go for the safe triangle, so that's what my understanding is saying, and that's what I'll follow for this particular week. So talking about the overall sector movement on Friday, metal was weak, 0.44% red. Energy was a little bit, I would say it's pretty much weak, right? 1.44. So that is definitely a good fall in the energy sector. Auto was also down. Just the reality and IT was there in green, and that was not that high in green, I would say. It's in these two sectors. So yeah, that's pretty much it from my side, and I hope you like the analysis. I hope you like the discussion. If you have any kind of a thought, you can just put that in the comment box, and that's pretty much it from my side. Thanks for your time, and that's it. Thank you. See you next time.